where we're now going to be finding 5 trig functions. And when you're given 5 trig functions to find and only 2 pieces of information to find them from, you're going to go through about a 4 or 5 step process. And that process goes like this. I want you to start every single time with a set of bow tie angles. So draw me a coordinate plane, and in that coordinate plane, draw me, to the best of your ability, I'm not very good at this, a set of bow tie triangles. Now within those bow tie triangles, effectively what I'm going to do first is what I just finished doing up here, where I was choosing a quadrant based on 2 pieces of information. I'm going to rule out or exclude 3 of these triangles based on this information. Now they have given me 2 pieces of information, it's just one of them is in secret code. The secret code piece of information is right here. They didn't tell me that the cosecant was less than 0. They told me what the cosecant was, and it happens to be negative. So in which 2 quadrants would cosecant be negative? 3 and 4. So this picture that I'm about to draw might be in one of those 2 quadrants. Does everybody see where I'm getting that from? Now I'm going to use this second piece of information and say, okay, where could tangent possibly be positive? Either I misheard you or you were wrong. 1 and 3. So tangent is positive here and here. Where is the single quadrant that makes both of those attributes happy? 3. I'm going to draw this picture into quadrant 3, and so I'm going to now get rid of or cross out these 3 triangles. The one that I want is right there. So everybody see where I'm getting that from? So that's the only one I want, and it's the one I'm going to focus my attention on. This will be my theta in here. Still good? Now that I've chosen one of the 4 triangles, I want to actually label this piece of information. Now your brain is used to 3 trig functions, and that's not one of them. So since you have to find all 5 trig functions, I would start by finding this one, which you don't even need a picture for. What will the sine of that same angle be? 12 over negative 15. Does anybody not know, first of all, why I chose sine, and second of all, where Pat got that from? We're all good there? Okay, now I chose to switch to sine because I know sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So I'm going to take these 2 numbers, and where am I going to put them in my picture? On the opposite side. And on the hypotenuse, except now I have a problem. And the problem goes something like this. Remember, this picture originated with a circle, and the circle had as its radius this piece right here. The radius is actually the only thing that's really there. The legs of the triangle, if you'll recall, were just, how do I get down to this point? They were directional distances. The legs can be negative. They're not really part of the circle. The radius has to be positive because the hypotenuse of that triangle and the radius of the circle, they're the same thing. Do you see where I'm getting that from? So I got a negative on my radius, and that just can't happen. So what am I going to do? I'm going to remember from eons and eons ago that 1/2 that's negative on top, and 1/2 that's negative on the bottom, and 1/2 that's negative out front. They're all the same thing. And I'm going to choose to think of this sign as a negative 12 over a positive 15, which makes this 12 negative, that 15 positive, and makes a whole lot more sense. Why should that 12 be negative? I think I heard it. Say it louder, Juliana. It's going down. When you're moving on a coordinate plane, down. How do you know that? Because it's a negative. Where's the other direction that has to show up as a negative? And who's going to be in charge of those negatives? You. Because when I do the Pythagorean theorem on these two numbers, is this 9 going to show up as a negative? Oh no. So who's got to make it negative? You do, and that's why pictures are going to be your friend. Because if you draw it on a coordinate plane, it's a whole lot less hard to remember, forget. You'll be less likely to miss it. The other thing I'm going to encourage you to do is, now that I've got a picture, I'm going to find the other 4 trig functions. Let's see, I've got sine and cosecant. I need the cosine. Negative 9 over 15. I need the secant. 15 over negative 9. I need the tangent. 12 over 9. Why not negative, Nate? Because there's 2 negatives. Double negative makes positive. And I need the cotangent. 9 over 12. This question didn't say anything about reducing, so I'm not going to bother. What I am going to encourage you to do is I'm going to strongly encourage you to check your negatives. Got one there, got one there, got one there, got one there. And the only thing that's supposed to be positive in this quadrant is tangent and cotangent. How'd I do? I did great. Now the reason that check, that quick little visual, I'm supposed to have tangent be positive. It is. Everything else is supposed to be negative. They are. If you do that check and you had missed this negative, you'd know it right now. Does that make sense? Let's try another one like that. I'm going to have you do this one, and I'm going to help you set it up. Let's choose a quadrant first. I'm going to draw my bow ties. And then I'm looking for a quadrant where tangent is positive, but cosine is negative. Anybody think they know? It is quadrant 3. Tangent is positive in 1 and 3. Cosine is negative in 2 and 3. 3 wins. So I'm going to get rid of these. And I'm back in quadrant 3. And now I'm going to focus my attention on this angle right here, and I'm going to label the opposite side with a red 7 and the adjacent side with a 3. I'm going to take issue with that picture because they're both supposed to be negative. How come that didn't show up in the question? Because they canceled when I wrote them as a tangent, but they're there, and you need to know that. The radius of this thing is going to turn into a 7 plus 9, or so 4. Be okay there? And from there, you do the other 5 trig functions. I can do cotangent right from the original question. Notice I'm going to have to rationalize that. I'm going to do sine next, and I'll get negative rad 7 over 4. I'm going to do cosecant next with a CSC. And this one also is going to have to be rationalized. I'm going to do cosine next. And secant will be last. It's not bad. This is what you're going to see tonight for homework, and I think I finished just in time. Any questions? You can watch and listen for yourselves on video this evening. That part of today's class will be posted in about 3 minutes. I think I heard you. I think Pat might be on there. You guys are famous. Your voices are going to be on national internet YouTube.
homework and I didn't realize it until I finished. So I did the one that you crossed out completely. And I did the one. You got extra practice in though. So I know
Give it to me and I'll give you a little extra credit. I love this.
Thank
When
you.
did you do that?
I did it over break.
I didn't notice it the other day. It was so pretty.
Yeah, I'll give you
Yeah, give it to me. I'll give you something for it. Was I too early? I could have done at least 2 more problems in this time. That was a joke. Just kidding. Bye, have a great day.
What would you recommend, me taking the quiz tomorrow or waiting till Monday?
It depends on whether or not you have a chance to do the homework, Liam. If you can get the homework done tonight, it would be better for you to take it while it's still fresh in your mind. If you don't have time tonight because of senior night to get the homework done, I don't want you taking the quiz without practicing.
Okay.
And
So,
I know
like-
it's senior night, so that's okay.
Alright. So I'll just get a pass tomorrow if I'm able to do homework tonight.
I don't know if I did it right though.
No, you didn't, but I'll still give you something. What you were supposed to be doing for these was what I kind of talked you through in class. In the 4th quadrant, sign should be negative, reference is 45, sign of 45 is rad 2 over 2, so negative rad 2 over 2. Do you see where I'm getting that from?
I didn't do the last 4 because we didn't do the
Cosecant. So, okay. Here's what I'm going to do for you, Miss Page. It's not much, but it's something. I hate to send out any extra work for nothing. So I am just going to give you an index card, and give you 2 bell ringer points, and just say it's something. Count them as you would normally. I can do this A at my desk, B while I cook. You too.